Hey, welcome back. I hope you're having a great day. I have a quick update on the situation with the dinar. There's a lot of questions. No. 1. When is it going to happen? When is this going to happen? Second, is it going to happen? How high will it go? How much is it going to go up? Is it just numbers on a screen? Or is it going to actually affect us on the street? So I'm going to answer those questions. Okay, so today, we've got some fresh updates that are stirring up major buzz across the dinar community. Trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end, because the details are intense. Yes. The chatter is everywhere. The rumors are spreading fast. And once again, Iraq's currency is right in the spotlight. The big question everyone keeps asking is simple. Are we finally right on the edge of a major change in the Iraqi dinar's exchange rate? The talk has reached a whole new level, and the timing feels different than anything we've seen before. Between news out of Baghdad, whispers from money insiders, discussions about oil flows and digital banking, momentum is building. Could this finally be the start of that long-awaited revaluation, or at least a serious adjustment? Let's walk through what's being said, what's actually happening, and why the conversation is hotter than ever. For a while, many thought the whole dinar situation had slowed down. But this week, it's been the complete opposite. We've seen a big pickup in talk, especially around the chance of Iraq officially tweaking its exchange rate. Now, just a couple weeks ago, the idea seemed like a pipe dream. But now folks are buzzing about banks handling the new rates in secret. Some are even claiming the banks know something we don't. The question is, what do they know and when will it become official? But here's the thing, the timing is spot on. If you look at the bigger picture, Iraq is set for some major wins soon. First, oil exports are finally ramping up after months of chaos. The recent deals with the Kurds should help smooth things over, so more oil money is coming in. Second, Iraq is tapping into sources of income beyond oil, like phosphate exports. That means a more balanced and stable revenue stream. Third, the digital currency project is moving full steam ahead. Reports say the central bank is testing the system with 400 branches and counting. They're also working on ways to link local banks to the global SWIFT messaging system. That would open up a lot of doors, financially speaking. Fourth, agreement with the IMF is finally on the horizon. They've agreed on terms for a standby credit facility, which could bring in billions to prop up the dinar if needed. Plus, it signals that Iraq is on the right track. Fifth, the government is putting an end to corrupt practices that have drained the economy. Cutting out waste and leakage means more money staying in the system and propping up the dinar. Lastly, Iraq is striking deals left and right to expand trade and investment. From Asia to Europe, the world is taking notice. More trade means more dollars flowing in and supporting the currency. Now, when you put all these factors together, it paints a clear picture. Iraq is taking huge steps to stabilize its currency. There's strong leadership, clear goals, and a plan to tackle the issues head-on. Sure, there are always challenges, but the momentum is undeniably positive. The big question is, what are the chances of a big revaluation happening? Well, it's hard to say for sure, but here's what we do know. The chatter on the ground is louder than ever. People are whispering about a range of possibilities, from a modest increase to an overnight jump to 4.81. Even the skeptics are starting to ask when, not if. Frank 26 is consistently reminding us that the key is restoring purchasing power. He believes that happens gradually as the economy improves. The timing is key. Iraq won't rush things and jeopardize stability. They'll watch indicators carefully to avoid any missteps. What we do know is that the dinar story is far from over. The pieces are in motion. And with each passing day, the likelihood of change grows. Will it happen overnight? Maybe. Will it happen slowly? Possibly. But one thing is for sure, the status quo isn't sustainable. Sooner or later, the dinar will find its new level based on Iraq's true potential. That's why it's crucial to stay informed and prepared. Don't fall for every rumor, but also don't dismiss the signs. Keep an eye on the indicators and stay open to possibilities. Whatever happens, it won't be long now. The dinar's journey is reaching a climax, and the coming months promise to be pivotal. So stay tuned and get ready. The next chapter is about to unfold. Now, let me give you a brief update on the timeline. Some sources are pointing to late September or early October as a possible window. That's when all the pieces seem to be coming together. Oil exports will be stabilized, the digital currency rollout will be nearing completion, and global partners will be in place. Timing-wise, it doesn't seem like a coincidence. Others suggest keeping an eye on the Islamic summits taking place in late September. They believe there could be announcements following those meetings. Personally, I tend to agree with these timelines. Iraq has shown us that they won't rush major decisions. They've taken careful steps throughout the process. A revaluation could absolutely happen before the year ends, but I personally lean toward early 2024 as the most likely timeframe. That aligns with the implementation of the new digital currency and the post-election landscape. Again, these are educated guesses. Nobody truly knows when it will happen, but based on the progress and momentum, those windows seem plausible. Now, let's address the question of the amount. How high will it go? Well, that depends on several factors. Cautious approach might start with a modest hike followed by gradual adjustments. That seems to align with the stated goal of preventing inflation. On the other hand, if Iraq wants to make a bold statement, they could opt for a higher, more impactful rate. I tend to lean toward the latter. Iraq has suffered for decades. A small bump won't bring the change people are seeking. A substantial move will make a lasting impact both domestically and globally. When it comes to the question of how it will affect us, here's what you need to know. Revaluation won't be a surprise. The signs will be there. So stay informed and pay attention to developments. When it comes to banks, smaller institutions might need time to adapt. Larger banks should be ready to handle the changes smoothly. Your bank will guide you through the process. Now, there are concerns about losing money if you exchange your dinars. But let me assure you, there are safeguards in place. Central bank will facilitate the conversion process fairly. You won't lose your life savings overnight. This is a transition to a stronger